What's the worst thing you ever did as a horny teenager? You know, I thought I was a really horny teenager, but reading these comments makes me feel like a Puritan. Humped a hole in microwaved watermelon. I do not recommend. How the hell did you fit a watermelon in a microwave? My parents like traveling even though we don't have much. We finally went to Washington DC, so we wanted to spend loads of time. I got super horny and I nutted in the Lincoln Memorial bathroom. That's exactly what the founding fathers created America for. Rubbed one out while riding a bicycle. I was on a long distance bike tour in rural Wisconsin. How the fuck? That's actually pretty impressive. The Olajikisicle. I thought I was home alone. My parents walked in on me and a vacuum cleaner getting acquainted. My dad couldn't stop laughing. My mom was horrified. Later on, it was the most uncomfortable dinner ever. My dad just sat there snickering in between bites of meatloaf, while the only thing my mom said to me the whole time was "Adam, eat." Soon after that, I got the talk from my father. "Officer Doofy? How was the talk like?" The mom was horrified because she hasn't been there. The dad was laughing because he too has put his penis in weird holes of inanimate objects. Specifically, that vacuum. Fucked a banana peel wrapped in duct tape. Then I flushed it down the toilet and it actually got stuck. Naturally I was horrified that it would come back up as my dad was sitting there plunging the toilet trying to figure out why it was blocked up. Thankfully it ended up going through and I never had to explain why a duct tape banana peel was in the plumbing. Not me, but a friend of mine swims up to me and another buddy at swim practice. "Hey guys, have you ever whacked it and your balls hurt after?" "Nah man, you might wanna get that looked at." "Yeah, I didn't think beating it that many times before practice would hurt." How many times?" "Oh, I don't know, like 20 or 25. Say, do you guys have calluses on your dick?" "I'm a swimmer too. I had a friend who got a boner right before his race and he taped out. Said he got sick. It's hard, pun intended, trying to swim in a race with one of those. Especially wearing a Speedo." Orgasm 10 times with an electric toothbrush in a day. 9/10 dentist recommend. Oral B. Found my parents' back massager with an attachment that cut the head of my cock. Used that sometimes. Mum found out once or twice, and I'll never forget her saying, "I know it feels good, but..." Twice? I used a banana as a dildo. It was wrapped in a condom, but I made the mistake of peeling it first, so it just turned to mush. Raises hand hot dog, and a cucumber. Used a can of dry shampoo to masturbate with. Only I used the capped end. The lid came off and got stuck in my vag. Took ages to get it out as the edges of the cap were stuck behind the opening. I bled a little. That sounds funny and awful. However, at the first sentence I was trying to figure out how I could whack it, penis, with dry shampoo. Haha. Omegle stripping. Yeah, just wrong watching old men jack it for me. Same. You were a teenager though? D. Used my mother's vibrator. I think she figured out because I couldn't remember in which shelf I found it, so I just buried it in one of them. Humped all my teddy bears and pillows. Used my electric toothbrush. Used a candle, it started melting a bit cause it's really hot in there, then I put a condom on it. A banana cucumber carrot with a condom on. Used this sword I used to have that had a handle that was shaped like a penis. I got caught many times by my mother humping the pillows/teddy bears when I was like 12. There's probably more but nothing else comes to mind. Ah yes, a banana cucumber carrot. Fine vegetable. My husband and I have been together since high school, and there was a rumor he got his penis stuck in a Gatorade bottle. He had to rip it off and thought he broke his penis. His friends would straight on rag on him. I think he confided in one and they told everyone. I never actually believed it, but a couple of years into marriage and he admits it was true. Edit. He was very adamant I clarify it was Gatorade and not Powerade. He was very adamant I clarify it was Gatorade and not Powerade. Of course, the man has standards. Masturbate 17 times in 24 hours. The last 4 was just your whiner coughing up dust. My record is 22 times in 12 hours. Teenage me made some bad decisions. Holy shit dude. A record? I cut a vagina in my stuffed koala from Build-A-Bear and went to town. Well, those bears are supposed to be customized for you. I did something like that. Except it was a green SpongeBob looking thing I hand sewed when I was in 3rd grade. Went off the trail at the Grand Canyon and wanked in the bushes. That's extreme. At least you got a good view. Masturbated into an empty fast food soda cup in my female friend's family's living room while having phone sex with my girlfriend on their phone, while my friend was in the other room trying to ignore what I was doing. This is an answer that is laudable in its simple honesty. What? LMAO. Around 16 years old, 16 years ago, I got drunk alone at my parents' and printed off almost 50 pages of close-up vaginas and plastered them all over the bathroom wall with thumbtacks. After an awesome 360 degrees wank session, I went to my room and passed out drunk before I could dispose of the evidence. My sister walked into the vagina room before I get rid of it. She still jokingly brings that up, over a decade later. As if that was embarrassing enough, soon after my father used the computer for work reasons and had to use the printer, there was one gigantic bag left in the printer queue. Lumfeo, this is the one out of nearly 100 that made me chuckle pretty good. This one kills me. Printing my important business chart so my. I took 2 Ziploc bags and put warm water mixed with lotion in them. Mixed them together in the bags and put them under the mattress right on the edge. Was going to town on it and it felt amazing, until one of the bags burst and got liquidy lotion all over my mattress. I had no idea the damage until years later because I moved out. That spot was moldy and super gross and I had no idea I was sleeping on that for years. I've posted this before but deleted it. But I grew up in a very conservative Christian home, so asking my mom for birth control and / or condoms was not an option, so asking to get a dildo was out of the question. So in my infinite wisdom, I improvised and would use the glass banana from this decorative bowl of glass fruit my mom kept on the dining room table. I knew how dangerous it was, but it was a risk I was willing to take. The banana luckily never broke, but it was still shameful to have to sit at the dining room table every night for dinner being reminded of my dirty little secret. I'm cringing just thinking about what would have happened if the glass had broken inside of you. I don't even have a vagina. I put my phone on vibrate, then put it next to my clit. Were you expecting a call or just very patient? Man, I wish I got texted frequently enough to do that. Humped a mattress and ripped my banjo. True story. Edit. Physically felt it rip followed by a ton of blood. 1/10 would not recommend. Edit 2. Over 2000 karma for ripping my penis. Jesus Christ on a bicycle. I'm gonna guess you live near the Appalachian Trail. Was it your G-string? It's kind of fun to read the comments and then think, is the poster a male or female? Too much messing with poop shoot here. I'm confused. I used to jerk off in the living room whenever I felt like it, and to this day I don't know if anyone found out. I would always put my clit under the bath water coming from the faucet because of the pressure. This is a pretty common way to tickle the bean. Just wait until you try a jacuzzi jet. Those are my earliest masturbation memories. Bath time equals clitty tickle time. Bath water. Multiple neckbuds are typing. Not me, but I just found out what my nephew did and I couldn't stop laughing. My cousin, Femel 46, was moving towns and had to stay with my sister for a few days. She went into the shared bathroom to take a shower, and in the shower was a pocket pussy / fleshlight thingy. She told my sister, and my sister was completely embarrassed because the only other person that uses that bathroom is my nephew, 16 years old. My sister threw it away and later confronted my nephew, and their conversation went like this. Sis. I found your toy in the shower. Nephew. What did you do with it? Sis. I threw that disgusting thing away. Nephew. That was expensive. You owe me a new one. I died laughing when my cousin told me this story. Can you imagine telling your mom she owes you a new pocket pussy? Shaking my head. Well, she does. She does owe him one. I'd be angry too. I hid a girl's shoe in the dryer so she'd stay at my house longer. We ended up having sex. How did you go about giving the shoe back? If it's stupid and it works as isn't stupid. Sent nudes even though I knew my parents could read deleted texts. I was at my tutor's home at the table and I started jerking off to some pictures in my mind, and sometimes I would go to her bathroom and beat it. Was she hot? I was about 17. And I was seeing this guy and we wanted to have sex. We both lived with our parents, so he got a motel room that he paid for using all of his money from a recent cash job he just did. It was the cheapest one we could find and was connected to a truck stop. We had a sex marathon that night. I felt like a prostitute minus the fact I didn't get paid. I cringe every time I drive past that motel. Sounds pretty classy. I was out there fucking in bushes and fields. Man facepalming. Why would you regret it though? Sounds like it was consensual and wanted. I cut a hole in a bear skin rug and fucked that bear silly. Did you get a cub skin rug soon after? I shoved a hairbrush up my ass. And on another day I jacked off in a cornfield. YTF you would faux that. During high school, make out and fool around with my ex in the back of his parents' car while they would drive us home. I would wear low-cut shirts or deliberately avoid wearing an undershirt to allow easier access to my breasts. Even made him come while we were coming back from Florida and had to hurry inside a visitor center to wipe off my shirt and wash my hands. We also fooled around in my bed at my house with the door open and my stepsister in the room. We would stop or put a blanket over us if we heard footsteps. Also had, not so great, sex in our room at Disney World and in his car in a parking lot across from my church. Holy fuck, I just remembered I fucked my GF in a bed next to her parents in a hotel room while they slept. I completely forgot about that shit. So far the worst thing I've done is fist myself so hard I bled a little. Totally worth it though in my opinion. Apt username. Fingered my GF while we were in a room with our friends. We had it covered up and nobody noticed, but I was so nervous the entire time. They noticed. Did this but with my father, aunt and grandmother in the room. Was under a blanket. No idea why. I boiled some eggs and then tried to put them in my vagina using mayo as lube. Pretty sure I got that egg salad at a gas station once. You win. Everybody go home. Where do I begin? The worst was taking my LLD lightsaber toy and putting it up the old chute. Confused face. I can't believe you forced the lightsaber to do that. I walked 16 miles to a girl's house to spend the weekend smashing without any parents around. She made moves. It still stands as a top 3 life moments after 40 years. I don't see how that is the worst thing you ever did as a horny teen. Damn, I am jealous to think what your best one would be.
Like and subscribe for more daily fresh new videos. Thanks for watching.